Now, the first myth which is out there still is that by lifting heavier weights, women get bulkier, which is completely false. Just let's see it from this angle. The hormonal composition of men and women is completely different. For example, women have around 10 to 15% of testosterone what men produce. So your muscles, by lifting heavier weight, your muscles are going to get more stronger and more denser as opposed to a lot bigger. And if you control your food, if you control your calorie intake, there is no logical step for the muscle to get bigger because you're not feeding excessive calorie input. So how will your body magically gain weight? So just for women, what weight training or what like strength training, resistance training of any level does is it makes your bone density higher, it makes your muscle density higher, your metabolism goes up, so you can eat better, you can burn better. That ways you can get your body more toned up and more tight as opposed to looking weak. So that is the first myth. The second biggest myth is going to be spot reduction. Now, can I lose weight just off my tummy? Everything else is okay. I just want to lose weight off my tummy to look more, to have a flatter tummy. Let me tell you, it doesn't work like that because there is nothing called spot reduction. If any trainer or any nutritionist is trying to sell you this plan, please do not believe it because our bodies are genetically designed a certain way to store fat in certain areas. These areas are different for men and women. Especially for women, it's the lower belly area and the hip area. But rather than focusing on doing 1,000 crunches for burning off the belly fat, you rather focus on better eating. You know, your diet plays a huge role when you want to lose weight off your belly. Or this is the last part where you have that stubborn fat and you're going to get rid of it. You have to be in a calorie deficit diet. You have to eat more nutritious food. You have to eat more balanced. Like so many scams, but let me tell you that it's not worth it. Focus on better exercises like your squat, deadlift, which are compound movements which recruit a lot of muscle fibers. And by damaging muscle tissue, you want the muscle tissue to heal, to become more stronger. In that process, you burn calories. You can focus more on strength training, and as I told you before, focus on the final goal, but then have a program lined up for you by an educated trainer and a nutritionist to get the best result of your program. Now, the third biggest myth out there is that do more cardio to lose weight faster. Like I told you, there is no replacement for strength training and proper form, because the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you're going to burn. And think of it like this: when you do some kind of strength training, you're breaking your muscle tissue, which will require repair, which will require nutrition, which will require a proper sleeping pattern. Okay, so once you focus on this, it takes 24 to 48 hours to recover. Now, in this whole process, your body is focused more on getting your muscle tissue back to form than focusing on any other thing. So you're making it a priority for your body to repair the broken muscle tissue. This process will burn more calories. This is also called as the afterburn effect. So by doing strength training, you're not only burning calories when you're working out, but you're burning calories even after you're working out, when you're sleeping, when you're the next 2 days. So when you have a regular program which includes strength training and cardio, I'm not saying cardio is bad. Cardio definitely has its own role in the whole program. But then skipping strength training and doing lots of cardio, which a lot of women do, especially just to avoid injuries, just to avoid getting bulky, like we spoke before. So majorly try to understand that strength training is a part of the overall toning up process for women, especially, as opposed to just doing cardio and burning, a lot of dehydrating yourself a lot. So the fourth myth about women and weightlifting is that older women should not do strength training, which is completely, illogical. Because women after entering menopause, their bone density starts to drop significantly. And the only tool you have to improve your bone density, or rather keep your bone density at a certain level, is strength training. Because when you're lifting weights and contracting your muscles, whatever muscles they are, you're putting stress on your bones. And that stress is responsible for your bones to understand that, okay, she is putting some kind of stress on me, I have to be strong. So body always, remember this, body always works on what you want. And there are a lot of examples where, I've worked with a lot of clients having a lot of issues, varied issues, hip replacement done, having knee pains, having ACL tear, especially women once they age, you're dropping your 3 to 8%, you're dropping your metabolism every decade. So that may look very less, but once you hit that 35-40, you kind of feel the effects if strength training is not regularly in your life. Because the wonders, anti-aging, you think of anti-aging, you think of improved bone density, you think of being more active. You may be 45. I am not saying that at 45 you will be the same way as you are when you're in your 20s, but then you will be better than women who are not strength training at 45, because you are giving your body some kind of physical work which is lost in our whole job, taking care of, especially women, taking care of kids or taking care of family, and getting involved in that whole process and forgetting about themselves. This is a huge mistake women do. I've not went into a gym for 30 plus years. How can I just start off? Speak to a registered practitioner, speak to a good educated trainer and get your program. Speak to your nutritionist, understand how your food plays a role, and then start the whole process. Don't be afraid, just understand where you want to go, because you want the benefits. You have to understand where you are, where you have to go, and then form a plan accordingly. Simple. The fifth and the final myth today we're talking about is that one plan fits all. This works for women and men. It's the same conception. We start if I want to exercise, what do? I search the internet, go to Google search, what are the best exercises to reduce, say, belly fat, and then start on a program. Whatever program, even if you get the best of programs, if you do not give your body time, 4 to 6 weeks, if you do not follow that program and understand the whole process your body goes through consciously, you are not reaping the benefits of the program. But there is no fun in bouncing from one plan to another plan, or rather looking at somebody, they look very fit. I want to look like Jennifer Lopez. So let me do Jennifer Lopez's body workout. I want to look like Samantha. Let me do what Samantha does. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand where you are. So it's basically your desire to start and change. These two things govern everything than the best trainer in the world putting you the best program and you not following it. You work with people who are qualified and educated in that field. That's it. That's the winning formula. So I think we've covered 5 myths today, and I'm sure I've cleared a lot of doubts with this. Thank you so much.